Hello and welcome back to Survival Challenge. Right, as you can see, we are here where we left off in the last episode with our lovely new production, which is really good. And we do have some wool in there in our spinnery. It is going down and fabric going up, so that's really good. We are going to be looking at the logistics of a tailor shop as well in time. However, the first thing I want to do is to do with these bits of land here. We've got loads of trees here and not too many at this far side, to be honest. I have decided to buy both of these plots of land. It just makes sense. They're side by side. They go from our current plot to the road to our other plot, so it just makes sense to have that whole sort of block. And then beyond this, I can't see us buying much more for land, rather just working the land we have. Now this goes quite far, as you can see. It goes all the way down to there, but here we start to thin out the trees. So I think that come the spring, we can even start cultivating in here and focus more on those trees. But first, while we have the winter, might as well take advantage of the trees that are nearest to where we want to do things. I have also made a couple of other decisions. I was reading, so I do read every comment that I get on the videos. At least I try to, and reply to all of them that I can, which I think is all of them. Anyways, I was reading one that was talking about how I plan lots of things. Yes, I know, I do, and I personally don't see that as a negative, and they didn't mean it as a negative either. It's just that I do like to plan things out, and because this is what we've got so far from that planning. Now, speaking of planning, I have some changes to make, and it has to do with the yard. So yes, lovely yard there and all, but things will be different. That whole area will be completely different come spring, once this field's ready to go. But we'll dig into that later. What I want to get started on is tree felling. We do have so many trees here. I'm going to try and... I'd like to do section by section. I think I'll start on this far side, because I do have plans for the very corner of this area, and then once we do that, I want to start building out this way, I think, first, and then we'll have a big arable field on that side. So let's first start with well, let's start with these ones here. Actually, first thing we have to do is buy the land. So we'll buy this plot first and start working in here. This is not as big of a priority. We'll definitely have it by spring, because then basically we could get all of this in as arable. I mean, maybe this as well, but I have plans for this area here, at least I think, up to a certain point. But even if we were to bring an arable field like that straight across, and then down here, that's a fairly sizable chunk of land. And then yes, this will be nice once this is all one field, and I've got plans for the alfalfa as well, so lots on. But yes, did we buy it? No, I didn't bloody buy it. 80, oh, I did buy it, and I've sold it. Oh my goodness gracious. And we've bought it again. Right. Previous landowner is like, what are you doing, mate? Right, so I think the majority of today, the rest of December at least, is going to be sorting out this land. Now, I know that tree felling is not the most exciting thing, and I do a lot of it. Oh, right. Hang on, hang on. Also, something that someone else has mentioned as well is buying a chainsaw. I suppose I could buy a chainsaw. We don't need it, though. But I suppose we could get one. You know what, let's go for the Husqvarna, just because we already have a Husqvarna mower, and we'll just keep it in kind. It's kind. Can we sell this other one though? We must be able to, because we don't need it and it'll be annoying. Nice, we just got £100 off the new one, which yeah, much better. There you go, you can actually hear it making sounds, but that the other one was amazing, and we could even use it again in the future for vintage if we ever do need to cut some trees. Very vintage, proper vintage, and there is a hand axe, I think, as well, for chopping trees in a vintage aesthetic. But yeah, we will focus on getting all these trees sorted. Not all of them, of course. It's going to take ages to get them all done, but the sooner we can get them done, the sooner we can bring them to the production and get the firewood made, which again, as you're aware, sells passively. And yes, we are losing a percentage, but bugger it. It is one less thing to faff with, and we are getting literally, that's how we had 200 some thousand pounds. Passive firewood income. Highly recommend. Highly, and it makes more sense, to be honest. We're selling firewood from the farm. You know what I mean? I'm basically, and that's the same thing the same logic I applied to vintage farming with the farm shop, because we've got the cheese and now the butter, and even the mustard is being sold directly from the production. And that percentage that I'm losing effectively is me paying an employee to sell it in the first bloody place. Ooh, hey. If we line this up right, I think we can get it right into the production. That would be brilliant. Or just crush out John Deere, one of the two things. That's okay. Alright, let's get that. There we go, all sorted. Now, I guess cutting the branches does help. It must do something, otherwise why would you have to do that? I mean, obviously for loading on a big lorry or something, but nice. And now that production is underway again. I'm going to try and do that with a few more trees, actually, the ones that are close. And I think we'll crack on with a bit of a time-lapse here to get some trees felled and shifted and turned to firewood. Alright, well, so I was just doing a peruse around to see, and it would seem as though we did quite well there to clear what we could in that amount of time. I think in the future here I'll probably do a handful more of the tree cutting, possibly the loading as well off camera, just because there will be a fair amount tonight in a short time, because this area we want to get sorted as soon as possible. I essentially want to have all of the trees cleared by the end of winter, which I know seems a bit ambitious, but I don't think it's impossible to expect, or not to expect, to just do, really. I think, yeah, we'll have no problems getting that done. So we'll just get this pine here and get it stored. So how are we doing? So that's full, and that's full, and they are both out of space as far as selling as well. Bloody hell. That's good to know, actually. That's really good to know, because that sort of tells us that that amount of trees was the perfect amount for these two productions in that amount of time. So once we hit, oh, actually, these 1 minute, these should all sell. Yep. And did we get a bunch of money in? I think we did. I didn't see it go up, but certainly it did come in. I only saw that it's at 209. So whatever it was at 10 seconds ago, minus that number is how much we made. So that's good to know. We sold basically 20,000 litres of firewood, so that's good. Right, now, plans. As we were talking about plans, let's see. So, alright, I kind of want to tell you anyways what my plan. I was going to keep it a bit secretive because I'm excited for it, but I'm going to move the yard. I know we just built a silo, whatever. The silo might even be able to stay where it is, because it's right in the corner of that field. But here we go, throwing up the drone. so that we can see the land a bit better. I don't know what's going on here. There's always a traffic collision here. I'm not going to even look at that. We're not doing the traffic report here from the chopper, but no. Okay, so let's go look over here. We do have this nice chunk of land. If you look at the way the field would curve naturally, it could make sense to avoid having to remove the silo and just curving it around, and then just keeping that very small corner of the area clear for the silo. Whether that happens or not, I don't know yet. What I might do is use that move the production mod and see if I can just bloody rotate it, because if we could access it from the outside, that would be better, or even from the side, because then the field would be sort of its own thing. Anyways, that's my sort of plan for the yard. I like this area, and I know I've put some trees and some bees and such, but all that's going to go, and I'll probably end up using the same sheds over there. I just really like the look of them, and we don't need massive sheds, and if we do need one massive shed, if our combine gets too big or something, we can always get one of those standalone small harvester sheds, really. Anyways, the yard situation I'd like to see relocated to over here. We don't need a very big yard space. The nice thing is, I kind of want to put more productions here, but I also kind of don't, because the only one that I would immediately think to put there would be the tailor shop, but it's not quite big enough to fill that space. But this, I think, would be perfect for a yard, because it's next to the factory, kind of tucked away from the rest of the farm. Do you know what I mean? And then we can do all of our machinery things here, easy access to the main road out, and we know that this starts to curve down, right? So what I was thinking is the yard itself could go basically up to the edge of like the sheep pasture here, right before it starts to curve down. So we'll have all this space here, plus this space here for yard. This factory might stay here on its own. I might stick another in behind and just keep the yard sort of here. But I would like to extend the alfalfa field as well. Now, I know I was talking about going up and around this way, but I kind of want to keep this area clear just in case. I don't know what for, but I mean, we could drill some alfalfa, but I think I'd rather have it come down to the path and then go along this path until it cuts the path off. Now, my thinking again is, because we have the curved area here, I'm not going to put a tiny arable field. We might as well just bring the alfalfa all the way across. In fact, we can actually keep the path and just have it go from here across. Done. Problem solved. If anything, we can put a cheeky path in all the way along the edge, signifying our line, our boundary, because you'll see that the path is in our boundary. So if we were to keep, if anything, maybe we could even just get rid of this part of the path and bring it, start here and go all the way around to our yard. And then we have another little path to the field itself, because we'll probably go like that, up, around, so it'll be a nice big alfalfa field, loads of hay, loads of grass, no chance of running out for our sheepies. So that's the plan, because this is kind of a bum field. I mean, bloody hell, it's so little, and I do want to expand it, but expanding it proper would be best. Little farmyard here, maybe another production building there, and then this area is where we can really start to expand. And having 1, 2 massive arable fields, and eventually 3, we're on the money. We're in it. We know what's going on. Productions wise, I have had a few obviously ideas and things that I wanted to look at, a few good suggestions as well in terms of the orchard. A few people were suggesting like the simple apple tree one. The one that I want to do, the orchard that I want to do, is a bit more complex than that. Simply just because I prefer them that way. So we'll go to orchards. Yeah, these ones are different. This is the revamp edition. So this is the add-on from the revamp mod, which requires. So it says orchard produce fruit only in during the spring and the summer. They need only water, but you can increase the productivity with fruit and veg, fertilizer, and compost. So someone actually did recommend placing the I think it's a silo extension. I have to find it here. What's that? Nope. There is the bunker silo for compost containers. Right, it must be kicking about somewhere. It's not a shed, no. It must be a silo. Oh, there you go, right there. Compost silo, yes. So that needs to be placed, and apparently we can fill it with grass as well. So if we can fill it with alfalfa, that would be absolutely primo, because then we'll have loads of alfalfa, but we've also got loads of kind of rubbish grass that we can use for compost as we need it. The compost silo will be filled with organic waste. After compacting and converting the silo, the content converts into compost, which we can use to increase our orchard yields. Now, organic waste, that probably... Oh, no, actually, it was mentioned in the comment. That does come from the production itself. So, nope, not that one. That's the T one. This one here, it does produce organic waste. If I'm not mistaken, I don't see it here, but it must be like a byproduct or something that comes out of... Oh, probably out of the back there. Probably something like that. Anyways, we've got options. We've got lots of things. But before any of that, I actually really want to start up the herbal tea production. Now, the reason I want to do that first, because there is a bit more involved with it in the initial stages, whereas the orchards, we placed them, put water, we're done, and they can't really grow until spring anyways. So let's look, now that we're in this menu, still in this menu, let's look. We have options, and I really want to do the large garden. I like the idea of it, the fact that it's just a massive garden, and but you do have to till the soil. Can't really see it there. See if we can bring it somewhere out in the light. So yeah, I think we'd have to go through here and mulch it, if I'm not mistaken. Now the nice thing with the garden, I don't know how it works in the winter. These ones I reckon, no, sorry, this one would probably work all the time, but it only requires water. And honestly, I don't know, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just do a big bloody greenhouse instead of the garden. I'm really tempted, because we've got, not just for money's sake, but just space as well. And then if we have the garden, we can have that and have our orchards, and it would just be lovely. Because also we have... Right, those are for the orchard. That's the orchard mod as well. Where is that? Where is it? Orchards? Oh, it's in orchard, of course. So we do have the dog rows as well. So if we want to do the greenhouse, it might be nice to do the greenhouse and then surround it with some dog rows and linden trees. That way we can get all the different herbal things that we want. That's really what I'm thinking about doing, and particularly in this area. I was thinking though on this very corner to place our inevitable tailor shop. I was going to put it here, but I thought it just takes away from the yard space a bit too much. So if we can just place it straight like in the middle, like right like that, because it looks nice on the corner there. Nice little tailor shop as you turn the corner, and I think that'd be quite good, because then we can deliver fabric, sorry, forgot what it was, fabric from here to here fairly easily. So if we keep the tractor there, that's a good idea. Oh, here comes the snow. Right, so if we were to have it like that, that should be good. Now, let's look into the production options here. Yeah, this is a really a planning episode, because we need to place things nicely. You know what? I think just for the sake of it all, I kind of want to place the tailor shop first. I think, one, this will be incentive to cut down more trees, and two, I just want to get it placed so it's placed. Do you know what I mean? And we're very fortunate to have the money for it. Can I not get any closer than... Yeah, we don't... Well, I kind of like it at an angle, but also it is kind of nice to have it like that. Let's put on our interactive zone markers, as you do. Right, we'll get into position again. Productions and tailor shop. Right, so okay, so we want to bring things to the far side, and then also pick things up on that side. So that's why this would be nice, but this might actually work better, to be completely honest, just like that. Because then, yeah, then we can kind of have... So we'll have pallets come out of there. If we line the greenhouse up properly along this edge here, then we can get pallets from that as well. Yeah, I think, okay. Well, maybe we don't have to place this then. If I'm not placing it right on the corner, then maybe we don't have to. So let me just think. Alright, that's enough space there. We'll use the tractor as sort of a guide then. Because we've got the greenhouses we want to place. Right, this is the one Now that I've decided, I think we'll go with the... I was kind of on the fence about it, but I don't want to do small, like, you know what I mean? I don't really want to do mulching or arable on here. I'd rather just do... And it requires straw, which we do have, but we're not constantly producing it. So if we can just do the water one for now... and we did get rid of our other greenhouse, so it's not like we've got multiple greenhouses to maintain. Plus it has this as well. Oh no, that's not... We can add in actually a thing that gives it plumbed in water. So we could do that. We do still have our water tanker for now, so we can use that for now. But yeah, if we were to place... So pallets on the inside would be best. Right, where is the pallet spawn? Yeah, it's on the inside. Brilliant. So if we use the tractor as a guide... And then we could put... Maybe like this would be best. See, it's frustrating not having that tailor shop there, but I don't want to... Ah, bugger it. Let's do it. Let's put the tailor shop in. I know. All over the place. Let's see. Even at a nice angle like that can be good too. Doesn't have to be perfect. But it does though, doesn't it? Alright, well, we'll keep it like that. We'll give a bit of space on that side so we can put some, maybe some trees or some foliage or something along this side here. Nice trees and such. This is our tailor shop. Perfect-ish. I say perfect-ish because it's never going to be perfect, but that is about as perfect as is going to get. And that looks quite nice. So you come down the road, you're like, oh yes, oh what lovely tailor shop there. Oh, I do need some clothes done. And then you come in and we get money from you, and that's brilliant. That's business, baby. That's business. Right, so, and then on this side we'll have the little yard, and we'll have it kind of lined off. I do want to have trees around the yard to keep it separate from the people and the factories and such, but that is a happy factory, if I do say so myself. I don't know what that means, but it looks good. Right, let's get in here, and oh bloody Nora, we're still flying around. Not flying, rather, running at great speed. Right, let's shift this out the way now. Speaking of shifting, we may also have some pallets to shift from here soon. Not now, of course, but soon. Sooner than later, hopefully. Here, we'll just park this up here, because it is going to be used for relocating trees. Speaking of, how are you doing? Right, you're going to be full soon. Right, okay, brilliant. Yeah, look at that. We actually have, since we bought the tailor shop, we earned another 50-some thousand pounds. So, you see, the money just doesn't stop. It will eventually cease once we get all the trees gone, but by then we should have a good setup for our for all things. Right, so this is our lovely tailor shop, and yeah, we'll clear out all the bushes and sort that out later. But now that this is built, this is basically a building episode. It's a tree cutting building episode. That might even be the title. Right, so that's there. Ah, the snow's coming in a bit tough to see now, but let's just see. Perfect time to build a greenhouse, eh? In the middle of the winter. So we do have the pallet side on. Oh bugger. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's on the same side as the production trigger. So I just need to remember that. So I know pallets will come out there. So we could even have it like this, and then pallets would also come out the same sort of side, and then that could be, and then we could have that like sort of a fence there, keep it sort of separate. Actually, maybe I do want to place the orchards in this area, like along here. Could be quite nice. I should have... It would have been nice to maybe test these out just to see how they do actually work, because it seems like, so that obviously the pallets come out at the front there, we put water in there, we dump things there and there, and then your trees are there. Okay, that kind of makes more sense. So we'd want it like this, I reckon, to keep it in, or we could just run a couple like that and that. That might make more sense actually to do it that way. Yeah, I do like, this is why I like to plan things out, because I want to keep it nice and tight, but also I want to keep things sort of sorted as well, nice and proper. So why don't we, as I said before, bugger it, let's do the herbal tea first, and then we can look at putting all of this area as orchard things. So let's build this, because then we can bring water in, we can sort of start that production as well. Right, so let's do it so that it's like this, more along the long edge of the road part. So if we were to bring it a fence, it would probably go up to there. So if we were to put that about, we don't need it right close, we want a bit of space. Actually, I might even do two. Yeah, just go all in. Do one like that, one like that. Oh, actually, hang on. Sorry, not sorry about wanting to look at ideas. Okay, so this could go along the back side of it. Interesting. Okay. And then we could sprinkle some linden trees as well, because they have their own little production area. Okay, so greenhouse. You know what? Let's do it like... Yeah, we'll do it like this, and we'll keep the outside of the greenhouse to the road. And... should be good. Let's get it nice and lined up. Yeah, if we do one like that and one over there, there might be overkill, might have too much, but if it is, we can always sell it. We'll do one for now, though. Beautiful. Look at that. We've got a greenhouse. Absolutely lovely. Right next to the tailor shop. Not a problem at all. Absolutely lovely. Let's go around this side, though. Just see our options. Alright, finally placed. Right, we got mint, peppermint, chamomilla, so for chamomile tea, verbena, lemon balm, and thyme. Beautiful things. So water is all it needs. Isn't that lovely? So we can actually place a water thing nearby so that it can automatically take water. But for now, let's use our water tanker, because we do have that, and we do have a nice... what do you call it? A nice thing for it. What I might do actually is put those dogwood trees along here. Yeah, we only need one. We only need one greenhouse for this, and then we'll put those dogwood trees there. So let's do that now, just because, and you know what we're going to do as well? We might as well match this concrete. Wait, what have we already got? Are these the same? Bugger, it is getting dark, so it's a bit hard to see. I'm not worried about what this yard is, because as I say, we are going to change it. So I'll probably just keep the same sort of concrete that we've got here. So let's match that up to what it is, because there's many options. We can always change it in the future when we get a bit of extra cash in. But I think it's... oh no, it's one of these, isn't it? It's the asphalt. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So we'll just... oh, bugger. So we'll just get that like that. Just so we can see what we're doing. Go around the back as well. Nice. Come up that way. Make that a bit bigger. Just like that. And like that. Okay. Now again, we can always add more grass in if we need to. Again, this area is really nice and flat, so we're going to take advantage of that. But yes, pallets will load there, so we don't want it too close, but let's have a look and see how those... right, so that might be good actually right there. Because I know the pallets will be kind of close to each other-ish, sort of. But I think that's fine. We can even put two of these, like 1, 2, and then those pallets we can, yeah, because I will get, even if we don't use the Massey for this area could be our little production area where we need like a forklift or something, and yeah, that would be a perfect opportunity to buy one. So let's keep these fairly tightish together, like in, yeah, level with the... right, we bring the water there, so that's fine. Level with the tailor shop actually would be good, like right like that. So it might bring in a grassy texture. Okay, let's try and get it in the middle. Yes, yes, more planning, more lining up, but it will come out to be absolutely beautiful once we're done here. Why am I so far away? I can't be the only one that does this. It takes ages. Maybe the only YouTuber that takes their bloody ages making it work. Right, we don't need grass on that bit. So, yeah, the concrete's really worked out nice for that. Hopefully you don't mind all that. I do like to show the process of how I do things, because it's just part of it, isn't it? Especially like this. Especially with the landscaping and such. There we go. And beauty. Look at that. Right, so they are kind of hidden amongst the other bushes there, but that's alright. We can we know that they are there, so that's good. Okay, let's remove our... Actually, I want to see these now. Rose hip. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. Yeah, we get... So what was it? 6,000. 6,000 liters from that. And then these ones are 10,000. So placing 2 of these was a good shout. Very good shout. Okay, let's remove some interactive zone markers and find a tractor to move water. I suppose this would be the option, because the other ones are all kind of hooked up to other things. So, yeah, we'll use the mass. We haven't used it for a while, I think. Oop. Go. Alright, so we'll go get some water. We'll go and check this out, see how it all comes along. I was planning on doing a bit more tree felling here this month, but as you can see with the snow coming in, it would be terrible for a time lapse, to say the least. But yeah, okay. Well, so now that this is an option, because obviously this plumbed in thing for the sheep can also be installed for greenhouses, but I want to get thoughts on it. What do you reckon? Should we... Oh, blimey. Massy on massy contact. Whoops. It's the turning. It's the turning. The 12... what is it? The 1250 we've got now is... it's a solid machine, but there's room for improving. I'm not huge on the articulated bit, so the fact that we still have the 135 means we do still have a massy on the farm. So it's not like we'd be living a massyless experience, which we do not want. but yeah, I think it would be a good idea to sort out some sort of save some water, a sort of a different tractor of a similar capacity and all. I think that would be good. Let's get some water in there, and we'll put the rest in this one, so we can get all the productions up and running. Brilliant. I think we're going to do them all, so let's activate all of these. Obviously they're going to take just that much more water, but these also can be activated with their very small amount of water that they have. But look at how much we get from one water as well. Yes. Yeah, this one's going to go rapid, so I don't know. Should we... I mean, for now I can use this, but if you think we should place one of those... there is also the other small... They look like those blue barrels. It's a just show you if I can remember the name of the mod. Silo extensions. Yeah, this one here, the supplementary water tank. So the supplementary water tank helps you to supply your greenhouse with water. Must be placed nearby. For that price, I'd probably want to opt for this, and it should be good for the area. But oh, interesting. Oh, so this one, yeah, if we had placed our greenhouses over here, it would have been the same. But this actually has a really good radius. So if we put this, I wonder if that could reach orchards as well. Okay, well for now we'll go get one more thing of water just to have it nearby and ready to go. So I'll do that off camera. I'll have a look around, check how everything else looks for the rest of the month, because I think it might be a good time. I love the snow. I love the snow. Absolutely brilliant. But it gets really dark really quickly. And just with all the tree felling that I'd like to crack on with, I think it would be good to do it in the daylight. So I'll get this filled up with water again, give it to the greenhouses and the dog rose bushes, and then we will probably see you next time in January. Alright, well, it's a good thing that we didn't move straight over to January, because some of our crops are at their best price for selling currently. So that includes the oat, so we are getting the oat sold at the, I believe it's the cereal factory. I have tagged the location, so we're just going to make our way over there. I believe it's just once we get around the corner here. It should be to the left. Yeah, there it is. So we have been there before, so we're not missing anything there. And also we have the rye to sell, and that will be sold at the Railway North. It's the only location that will take rye, unfortunately. So we will, here we can just go straight through here. Oop, that wasn't a stop sign. We'll get this sold, and then the rye will get sold over there. So we'll do a few jump cuts and get all of our crop that we can get sold. Alright, we've made it to Beacon of Light number 1 for selling our oat. So we'll just get that loaded in to the production. There we go. Oh, I think we might have overshot it. Oh, yes we did. There we go. Can watch the oat go out the back and watch the money come in. Absolutely fantastic. Now the nice thing, well, the one thing about the crops that we've done before, they're very small quantities of different crop types. So that was only 7,000 euros for that. But we did make some money out of it. So, oh, they closed the gate on me here. Let's get that opened again. But yeah, so that's done, and then we'll get the rye sold. It's only going to be about 5,000 or so, but it is still money that we have sat in the silo. And the other thing too is that if we are going to relocate the yard around, we don't want to have to faff with all those crops again, like we did before, dumping them out and having to place them back in. But the less there are crops in there, the less faff there is. So we'll head back to the farm, collect the rye, and we'll see you at Railway North. Alright, here we are. So this is the trigger itself here, kind of in the middle of the tracks. Now I don't remember being able to rent the train anywhere, but maybe we should be able to. Normally we can't deliver like this on the railroad itself, but it's set up where the trigger is there. So, and it does look like a grate, as though we can sell it there, because it goes into the silo, which can then be put into the train. So I don't think there must be. There is okay. There is a little train rental thing, but the train is stopped. Train is stuck on the tracks or something. Interesting. Right. Well, okay. Also, just before we leave here, I'll show you. We do have seed as well. Sorry, bloody seed and solid fertilizer are good for price, but no. Wheat as well needs to come here also. I know it's not much money, but it's still one less thing out of the production. So we'll head back to the farm, get that wheat, and bring it back here to sell. Alright, 3,904 litres of wheat going into the silo. And yeah, this is definitely a silo that takes it in and then probably puts it in there, or actually over there, and then loads it in to the train to bring elsewhere. So we've done our bit, and for that we've earned 2,888 euros, and that puts us at 137,784. Well, that is pretty good. I think we'll leave it here for today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset. I mean, that's not the sunset itself, that's just the colours from it, but blimey, absolutely gorgeous. So that's a perfect scene to end things here. We will put the torch on as well so we can see what we're seeing. Actually, no, it's better without, to be honest. Anyways, bit of a hectic one. Bit of a, you can see into the mind of Grumbles a bit more there with the madness of planning, but I think it looks good. I'm quite pleased, and we will, I know we've done it, usually I sign off with the new products and that, but we are here, we are ready to sign off, and we will see those new productions in the daylight in the next episode. We will be adding to them, in fact, and I will touch up the area around the dogwood bushes there, and then the inevitable placement of the linden trees as well, because I really want to go all in on the herbal tea factory. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and then we could stick the productions along the backside, and then eventually fit the orchards in, and then more crop, and it's really good. I'm really loving this series, and I know lots of other of you are as well, so thank you for all your comments, feedback, support, suggestions, and all. Greatly appreciate all of it. So that's enough rambling from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have done, cheeky thumbs up always does help out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Until the next one though, please do take care, and bye for now.